Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tiara Caldwell, and in case you're new here, welcome. And if you're coming over from my Instagram page, hello and thank you for joining in. I appreciate it. So, in this video, I'll pretty much just be giving like an intro and a little bit of background information as to why I decided to start this channel. So you'll be hearing my why and what I look forward to going forward in the future. So first, a little bit about me. I'm not going to share too much because that'll come along the way, but I am a wife and I'm also a stay-at-home mom to a 2.5-year-old little girl named Mercy, and you'll be seeing her later on on the channel, so she'll definitely be making an appearance because we're going to be doing lots of activities and we're going to be starting homeschool later on in this year, so I'm looking forward to sharing that experience with you all. So the reason why I started this channel was because I wanted to show more about Montessori at home and how we do things in our home, and also because I wanted to represent more for people like me. And the reason I say this is because when I first started Montessori, which was when Mercy was about 3 months old, I really, was learning. I was reading and researching, and then as she was getting older, I wanted to create spaces in our home where she could practice her independence, where things were running smoothly, and we had those like traditional Montessori materials and setups that I would see like on Instagram or Pinterest. And so I just started YouTubing, ways to set up my home the Montessori way. And I kind of felt discouraged because everywhere that I looked, it was like these big houses, these big playrooms, spaces, and I was like, okay, I don't have that. Or these big entryway and just a lot of the same like similar spaces for little ones, or they have like the separate kitchen or the separate basin for the bathroom, or like pretty much looking like a Montessori classroom in my perspective. So I just was feeling very discouraged. I was like talking to my husband and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Like I really want to do this with her, and with all my research and with all of my studying and whatnot, I felt like this was really something that fit what we wanted to do with our daughter. And so I really wanted to do that. I felt like I really wanted her to give her the best. And for me, the best was incorporating Montessori in our home as well. So I just was like feeling so discouraged because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this for her or give her this opportunity to have that. And so I was just feeling really down and trying to figure out what I could do. I happened to stumble across another YouTube account, and they had like kind of a smaller space, but they still were in a different kind of setup than I was. Like we live in a 2-bedroom apartment, and so our space doesn't look like everyone else. Usually when I see people doing Montessori, they live in a house, or they live in like a pretty big, living space. And so we don't have that. So I was like, am I going to be able to do that with the space that we have? And thankfully I came across that page. It kind of sparked some creativity within me, but it still wasn't, I know every situation is different. It's not going to be identical, but it still was a little bit different from mine because she was still living in a house. So I was like, okay, I can't do that because I can't have this on the wall. I can't bolt things in. So how can I make this work? So I started, thinking outside the box, being creative, making little spaces in our home where I could. And you'll be seeing more of that along the way when I start showing you more behind the scenes of what our homes looks like, and when we're doing our homeschool routine and all of that. But I just started thinking outside of the box, and I was like, okay, it would be really nice if I saw more people doing Montessori, that are in a similar situation as I am. And so that's why I started posting more on Instagram and showing little reels about stuff that we do at home. Because for me and in my community, never heard of Montessori, didn't know what it was. I was like, what is Montessori? Never heard of it. I just stumbled on it by accident because I was looking for things to help with her development, and I really wanted to support that. I was like, okay, I really want to do something to support her development. She was in newborn, and I felt like there has to be more that she could do to kind of like engage her or just kind of support her development. I feel like just laying here, looking around, she could be doing something. So I came across like play kits and like little black and white books and whatnot. Hey guys, so I know like the background and the lighting kind of changed. I had to change rooms because my family came back, and so I needed to go somewhere where it's a little quieter and not have a lot of background noise. So that's why the background is different. The lighting isn't the best right now. But anyway, as I was saying, and so I had to, I had the black and white books and the black and white cards, and started incorporating that. And then I kept seeing things about like Montessori, and the play kit that we got my daughter was Montessori inspired. So I was like, what is this Montessori stuff that I keep seeing? And I ended up looking it up, and then I ended up getting books and reading about it and studying about it, learning what Montessori was and how to incorporate it in my home. But I still felt kind of lost. So I felt like it was just for someone who was just beginning and never even heard of it. I didn't grow up with Montessori. My mom didn't hear of it. People in our community didn't hear about it or know what it was. And it's like, I had no idea where to begin. So it's like, even though I was reading the books, I was just kind of like, where do I start? Like, how do I incorporate this in my home? So when I started seeing the homes that were incorporating it, not really looking like my home or not really having this thing that I had, then I started feeling very discouraged. So I decided to, post more on Instagram and get started, sharing a little bit more about what we do at home and what Montessori looks like. And so then with Instagram, I felt like I wanted to share a little bit more, but because of the way that platform is, I didn't feel like that was the space where I can really delve a little bit deeper. So I came over here on YouTube. So hello. So I'm really excited to share more about Montessori with you guys, our Montessori at home journey, and then later on this year we're going to be starting homeschool. So we're going to be doing Montessori homeschooling. Well, we're going to be doing homeschooling using the Montessori method. So I'm really excited about that, and I have like a little space that I'm going to use as like our homeschooling space, because we don't have like a separate room or a really big space to do homeschooling the way you may see like on Instagram or Pinterest or whatnot. So we kind of have like a little space that I'm designating as her homeschooling space, and I felt like that would be great to share as well for anyone who may be in a similar situation as me, that lives in a smaller space, that wants to incorporate Montessori at home, or wants to, do Montessori home, or wants to do Montessori homeschooling. I feel like this is a great space for you. And also I'll be sharing more about motherhood stuff as well, so you'll be learning more about that as well. But I'm really excited. So if you want to hear more about how we do Montessori at home in our Montessori homeschooling at home in a smaller space, please feel free to subscribe and like this video so you can see more. I'll see you another time.